I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man, and today I got a mega movie plan. To date, we got a mega review for you, completely spoiler free. I'm going to be reviewing the movie The King's Man. Yes, the new movie. I'm going to go over my general thoughts of the movie. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and my recommendation on whether it's worth your time or not. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video for that recommendation. Without further ado, let's get started.
My flock.
This will not be
A war of heroes.
nations will slaughter each other while we get rich.
This is going to be fun.
So to go into the good of the movie first. So what's great about this movie is how it's actually a really good history movie. It actually connects to World War One, and it basically shows how would the Kingsman service agents play into a World War setup type of story. So I think they do a good job meshing those two together, especially if you're a history fan, just to see, oh wow, if it was told from the Kingsman angle, how would a World War One actually start and how would it play out? And why are all these characters interacting the way they are throughout that time period and in this movie? So in terms of history and keeping some really good facts in there, I think it does a great job of that. Also, the important message of this movie of how war is terrible and the devastation it can cause and all the tragedy, how these weapons are so dangerous, and that in war there's only ever going to be losers. And that just is such a powerful message of how dangerous and how war actually really is. It does a good job showing the brutality of war. So I think the message here is strong, but it presents it in a way that's easy for the audience to digest. It doesn't beat you over the head with the message, but as an audience member, you're going to pick up on that message. So overall, the history, the message it's presenting here, I think the movie does a good job of that.
Keep me locked away as the world burns.
Son, the truth is the world is ruled by corruption and greed.
We must do something.
Certainly.
Now to get into the bad of the movie. Now there's a lot of negatives here, so I'm going to try to go through as many of them as I can. First off, this movie has a completely different DNA to it than the other Kingsman movies. While the other Kingsman movies are really focused on a British spy thriller, Secret Service type of movie. It's very James Bond-like, but with really hardcore action and some great, fantastical action set pieces that are just way over the top. And there's a lot of comedy and satirical elements. That's not what this movie is at all. To me, this movie is a history movie first, and so there isn't really a lot of comedy elements, and the action, why very brutal in here, isn't done in a comedic way at all. And to me, that's where I think the Kingsman franchise really shines, is when they're having all the fun action set pieces, but there's also some laugh out loud moments because it's just so ridiculous in how it's presented and so over the top. I think this movie loses that because it gets so dark and so deep and so serious. So without the comedic elements to go along with the brutality, it just gets a little too overwhelming at times. Like I said, I really like that first Kingsman movie. I think that was the perfect balance. Now, I know Kingsman 2 got a little too silly, but I feel on this one, they just got completely afraid of going too silly. They took out all of the comedic moments here. And I think you need some of that in here to have a little bit of that over the top silliness along with the action, kind of like a Deadpool. I think Deadpool did that really well. So that's what was really missing from this movie. And then also, there's just nothing really stand out here. All the performances are fine, they're serviceable, but nothing really of a big standout here. Also, the action in here, It's all done decently enough. The fight choreography is fine, but it's just no really like jaw-dropping scene. Whereas in the other Kingsman movies, your jaw is dropped a lot of the times. So it just feels like a very mediocre movie, and that should not be at that Kingsman level of Kingsman standard we really enjoyed from the first movie. So to me, this movie is just too much of a departure from the other Kingsman movies, and it's really something completely different. So that's where all the negatives stem from.
Merciless.
Welcome to the club.
Very clever.
Now to get into that recommendation of this movie. Now, who should go out and see this one? Not a lot of people. It's going to be skippable for most people. The only people I think that should really see this one are really big history fans. If history facts really intrigue you and you're just a big history buff, then yeah, there's going to be some intrigue here with all the World War I story elements. Then I could see you getting some entertainment out of this movie when you go and see it. But other than that, there's just too many other good movies out there right now and too many other good movies of the past that does what this movie was trying to do, but better and in a more entertaining way. So overall, like I said, most people can skip this one. The original Kingsman is a ton better than this movie. So you know what? Just go see something else this week or go back to that original Kingsman 1. This one, totally skippable.
Why is it that boys are always so messy?
So that will do it for today's movie review of The Kingsman. If you've seen this one, let me know in the comments below. Did you actually enjoy it? Or were you disappointed in the movie just like me? I wish this one was a lot better personally. Or if you are now planning to see the movie, let me know what you're most excited about the movie. What intrigues you to go out and see this movie? Let me know that also in the comments below. Or your favorite Kingsman movie so far. And if you're just discovering my channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to provide you with tons of future movie entertainment content here. I'm going to give you movie reviews, movie rankings, movie news, movie unboxings. I post often, so you're going to get tons of movie content, and I don't want you to miss anything. So make sure you subscribe today. Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you, make every day a movie day.